Well, now that we are all settled and someone's getting all the pets.
Yeah.
But what happened last session, guys? Although I do like the recap in the video because that pretty much
nails it.
Pretty much nails it.
We sit around. We went to another room. We fought.
That's. I mean.
We're still fighting.
We're still fighting. We only went through one round of combat.
Yeah.
We sent Claudius.
To
try and find the
I said
guy.
Cedric.
You said Cedric. I knew Cedric was wrong.
We thought everything in the bedroom was trapped. Took us forever to get through.
Yep.
Did we ever check the chest?
Yep. We did.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Because we
right.
pulled out a...
Yes, because I aimed it at Elle, just in case something would hurt.
There was a fire damaged tapestry in there.
Yeah. Cool.
These can travel 7.2 kilometers an hour.
Yep.
That made it into your notes?
Yep.
Yes, it did. That seemed like an important piece of information.
I didn't even write that down.
And then we also factored in that the tree itself, in terms of size, would put the flea at about half an hour to get to somebody.
At least. So
At
I
least
have
that.
that we had
because
1.5
relatively
hours
close.
estimated to get there and get back.
Yeah. And then communication with a flea might be difficult,
Exactly.
so you gotta build in that time. So
Yes, because he has to find someone to talk to.
We're all gonna die tonight.
But we were in the last room, where this Zogma character, because we still don't know this person's name, revealed themselves. And then in a kind of exchange, Sir Basil was like, enough is enough, and we entered into battle. And I believe we ended with...
you did some cool stuff jumping off of a desk.
Yes.
I remember that being really
I
cool.
was turned invisible for a bit.
From you.
And there was
the jumping off the desk part I really remember. That was like...
But there was also a cool counter spell moment.
Yeah,
that was
that's
pretty
right.
epic.
And I believe alligator versus crocodile?
It's
Yes.
alligator versus Everdile.
Yes. Okay.
Making a lot of assumptions.
Evidile?
Evidile.
love
That's
it.
what I have.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I am grappled.
I grappled.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
What did the circles mean?
So I did send out the map. That was a very good recap, unless anyone's got questions. I did send out the map. So the yellow circle is frightened until the end of the next turn.
Ooh.
Mrs. Q has the purple circle, which is grappled. So if you remember, Arna is the only Corvum in the room who you recognize. Arna being the basically Lavender's assistant, taking care of your family, had approached out of the shadows before the fighting started. Arna had activated what Aurora knows to be a sigil on the wall because you were able to see it with see invisibility before the fight started. And the rings of the tree had basically come to life, springing forward and grappling Mrs. Q on that side of the room.
Copa?
Arna herself in a light blue circle is currently restrained in the jaws of the alligator. I believe it was restrained. And I think that's all the conditions that were there. Basil, you are currently Big Basil. There is the your dagger that had been dropped on this side of the room.
Yes.
I do not remember what the flashlight was.
That was the torch. There was the torch at the
torch.
entrance that I had walked over and threw down.
To try and catch the rug on fire.
Well, to potentially have the rug burn if it was ignited.
Right. Okay.
I know that the torch is going out.
Oh, and it's a flashlight.
Yeah, it's a torch.
I do also
Well,
want
Claudius would refer to it as a torch.
Yes.
Claudius.
The only other thing I wrote down about Claudius is that he has a bad Camden or London accent and has a hat.
Yeah.
A top hat. Yeah.
Top hat.
Yeah.
There were so many notes about Claudius, but apparently nobody remembered that you heard footsteps behind the wall in the other room.
Yeah.
That you saw Aurora saw weird, glowing. Oh, Mrs. Q wants to join. Got the important stuff.
I'm trying to remember if my hunter's marked.
There's going to be
Did not.
Claudius fan art coming, I bet you.
That would be so great.
I do also want to say, in terms of the measurements of this room, because I've had to rework a lot of stuff was messed up on my end last time. If you do use the measuring tool, basically just divide it in half and then round accordingly.
Cool.
Is how we're gonna go. So that would mean that this room is. So this room is like 60 feet by. Yeah, pretty much 60 by 60 feet. Also in this room, it is more of a vaulted ceiling, so there's about 30-40 feet. It kind of disappears into shadows at this vaulted ceiling.
How vaulted?
I just
Oh, sorry.
said 30 to 40
Sorry,
feet
I heard
up.
vaulted feet. Thank you. I was reading.
But the shadows in this room, so basically around all the edges of this room have grown deeper and darker as the fireplace has really been almost fully extinguished. The torches on the wall fighting to maintain light. The one torch that you put on the carpet also fighting to maintain light, as it seems like something is just dampening?
Moistening.
No, forget it.
Dampening is correct.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dampening the light in this room. I'm not asking you for any help again.
You knew it was coming.
I did not. All right. Okay. Unless there are any final questions or thoughts you want to add, we're going to jump right back into combat at the top of the second round of combat. With, I believe it was Mrs. Q who went first last session.
Yep. Well, Lavender, I think. What? No.
What?
No,
There
sorry.
was Aurora and Mrs. Q both had a 19.
Yes.
I believe Mrs. Q.
Yes,
was
yes.
first.
Sorry.
Okay.
I had an extra name in my list.
So Mrs. Q up first.
Yes.
Aurora, you are on
That
deck.
doesn't make sense.
Mrs. Q is grappled, so
Mrs. Q is
on the move.
Was that you
No,
or was that the
I
dog?
was moving my. I have to get up for a second, but I can still hear everybody.
Sounds good.
What to do? Okay. Let me clarify where I am. I am close to the reptile
Or-
corner.
Yeah, Lavender above it. It's like, that doesn't make sense.
Okay. What can I do?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, look.
Our fans are going to be very confused.
Hi. Hi. Oh my goodness, he's looking right at us. Okay. I don't know what to do.
It's good.
I am going to attempt to shoot. No? Yes. Okay, hang on.
You
So-
can do it, Mrs. Q.
Okay, if components are V and M, does that mean I can do it grappled?
So grappled is your speed becomes 0. Yes, you can. Does any material component have a cost to it, like 500 gold pieces or something?
No.
Okay, so
at
you're
least
good.
not for that one.
You're good. You can go ahead. It's just your speed is 0, so you just cannot move.
Okay. Mrs. Q is going to shoot guiding bolt at. Ugh. She doesn't really want to shoot the kid.
To be fair, you don't know it's a kid. It's like this giant Evidile.
What did I not see?
You did
I
see.
feel like I saw that it
Oh,
was a
that's true.
child.
You
Okay.
did see a younger Corvin. Basil, you would not be able to see Apoc and Aurora maybe out of the corner of your eye, but Mrs. Q, you saw Evie. Damn it. You saw this Corvin leap into the air and transform into
Every dial.
an Evidile. There is like a deep kind of like charcoal black to her scales compared to Elle's. Alligator. Sorry, I had to really think about that one. Alligator. But you did see that. A younger Corvin.
Yeah. Mrs. Q is feeling conflicted because she doesn't want to hurt children.
Well, then don't.
But that just makes her think about her general desire to not hurt people in general.
You can also
Which
hold
is
your
really
turn
not
if
a
you'd
good
like.
time to have this existential crisis. Nope, she's got to do something because, okay. What is the range of this thing? Sorry, I realize I'm taking a very long time.
No, that's okay.
120 feet.
Takes time to
Excellent.
get back into this, so don't worry.
So, feeling. So Anna is she's just. What's the blue circle?
So she is restrained, so she is basically like half her body is in the jaws of the alligator, and she has like
Cool.
one arm pinned, trying to
Oops.
get herself out.
And the other corphin with the yellow circle.
So the other corphin with the yellow circle is currently. I don't know if you'd know this necessarily, but they're currently frightened.
Okay, I wouldn't necessarily.
I don't think you would necessarily know that. It's a pretty big
I'm
room.
sorry, I totally
Nope, that's
see
okay.
the
That's
legend
okay.
now.
I got
Okay,
it.
Mrs. Q is going to send a guiding bolt at Anna because she feels like she's got to do something. Guiding bolt?
Okay.
Yes, guiding bolt.
All right, so go ahead and make an attack roll.
Right.
Oh, and I believe, hold on. Restrained is. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. So you have advantage on this roll.
Oh, nice. So it should be.
I did a lot of studying before tonight, guys.
So
Ooh.
it will be a
Plus what?
18.
Yes.
An 18 does hit, yes.
And then a 4d6. This is gonna hurt, lady.
These are good.
Thank you. 4, 7, 10. Damage of 10.
10 radiant
Sorry.
damage.
Correct.
So as this bolt hits, you hear Arna kind of just shout out in pain between one arm being pinned. And as part of the guiding bolt, you do see little sparkles that are just kind of now encompassing the jaws of the alligator and Arna that are pink,
Yep.
I'm assuming.
Always.
As the next attack has advantage on Arna.
Maybe it's mauve.
Mauve today?
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe
it's mauve.
feeling mauve.
Double advantage.
You're in your mauve period.
Yes.
This villain era is more of a mauve. Okay, as Arna kind of just shouts and is trying, you see like blood continue to splatter around with these
dear.
sparkles.
Nice.
Aurora, you are up.
Okay, so
Apoc on deck.
thematically, it's like the camera pans really close. All you see is my eyes. Where it's like-
okay.
Now I'm mad. Yeah, and like the camera's slowly panning as you see my eyes go across the screen. I'd like to, like, thematically it's happening kind of all at the same time, but with my form of dread kind of morphing through into my form of dread, I'm going to attack the corvum that's right next to us.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my my vampiric bite, but I want it to be like in the camera where I'm normal Aurora, and then as like right before the bite is where the transformation happens, and then when I
Sure,
connect
sure.
is when it completes.
Love it. Okay, okay.
What do you look like?
What kind of art
After
style
the
is it?
So
What art style?
Yeah,
well, it's
yeah.
very anime.
Yeah.
And
That's exactly what
Exactly what I
I'm
was
picturing.
imagining.
Yeah, exactly what I'm picturing.
So I've got my blue halter top with the empire waist dress. So like that doesn't change, but all the fur that's like it's an open shoulder dress. So all that like my fur on my arms gets sparkly. The fur, my eyes go dark blue, and then my teeth start to crystallize with the blue sapphire over it. And it's almost like there's like a mist of like energy just coming off of me as I clamp down along the side, and let's hope it was worth it.
Make an attack roll.
Please.
That's like a 23, I think.
Oh, yes, that does hit.
Plus, yeah. So that'll be 5, 6, 11,
One or the other, eh?
11, 12. 12 points of necrotic damage and 2 points of cold damage.
Okay.
And
So-
then if it hits, I heal half of the necrotic.
Okay, so it does hit, but as it hits, you see this this corvum almost anticipating a little bit. Instead of hitting his jugular, Your like muzzle's kind of moved out of the way.
Okay.
Muzzle? Yeah. It's just sort of moved out of the way slightly. And he does take the damage, but it's not as much as you thought.
Okay.
But you still gain your half hit points because this is more on his end.
Sweet.
This is the wrong dice. That was worse. That's
Actually, let's see. So if he takes half damage, I would only get half the hit points.
no. This is a thing that he has.
Oh, okay.
It's not
Cool.
not anything to do with you.
Love it. Yeah, it's half the damage inflicted, not. Don't keep going. You're good.
It's okay. So, as you are locked, like jaws around the shoulder of this Corvum, the Corvum's trying to be pushed off. Apoc, you see this happening in front of you. It is now the oldest Zogma's turn, the oldest Corvum. You don't know their names because nobody asked, so I can't call them by their names. The one who's face to face with you, Basil. You see, because he is frightened, so you see he's taken quite a few hits. You see like a few arrows that have pierced through his armor, this kind of charcoal smoke that's almost like hugging his body in some ways and then like lashing out in others as he takes these hits. You see dark blood starting to stain the tunic. I believe it was a deep violet tunic. His eyes kind of darting side to side. So he's just kind of is about to take a step back from you before shaking himself, trying to get his bearings back, and just kind of looks at you and is just, you don't even know we were going to ask you, Basil. Your friends are going to die here because of it. You hear a little bit of quavering in his voice, but he is going to cast a spell.
Okay.
And you see him kind of reach for some of that smoke, and he is going to push it along the ground towards both you. You feel it kind of wash over you like a wave of water. It's also going to hit you, Apoc, as you are within the range of this. I need both of you to make wisdom saving throws, please.
Are you not wise?
Also, the guy that I bit needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Let's go.
There's my d20s.
That was almost an activity.
So the guy you bit, just try.
Yeah.
It's just
It's just.
slate flat.
17.
He's good.
Okay. Wisdom saving throws from Basil.
16.
16. And from Apoc,
15.
15. Both fail.
What?
Okay.
Wow.
Pretty strong. What do?
As you both feel this wash come over you, you're kind of split between attention right now with Aurora on one side and Basil on the other. You don't necessarily see the shadows creeping along the floor towards you, but you feel this coldness in your chest. As you are now frightened.
Oh, okay.
And while you are frightened in this way, you must take the dash action and move as far away from the object of your fear as possible.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Both of you.
Okay.
Interesting.
You see as this Corvum kind of takes a breath, finishes casting the spell, stumbles. There's a hand on the bookshelf behind him, one hand on his chest as the smoke around his chest just clamps in a little bit more closer to him. As he takes a deep breath, closes his eyes for a second, and then you see him stop shaking as he opens his eyes once more, the smirk coming back onto his face. As the frightened wears off at the end of his turn. Okay, and Basil, you are now frightened, and Apoc is now frightened. Okay, that will conclude his turn.
Alright, how far away is it to the door?
That is Apoc. It is about 25 feet. 30 feet.
Guys, fuck this. This is not worth it. As he just runs out the door. Plus another 30 feet, apparently. So
He left us.
You do have a bonus action. You can use a bonus action. You just have to use your action to run away in this way.
I don't think I have a bonus action. You say I have a bonus action.
I'm just letting you know what you can do.
Don't have a bonus action.
Okay.
He left us.
I think he got spooked.
Okay, so you have gone, Apoc?
That's the furthest way away from this guy.
Are you doing anything else on your turn?
No, I it's just, wait. Do I need to move, or I just need to take the dash action to move? You said you have to take the dash action on your turn.
So there's two things that go on here. You are under the frightened condition.
Yeah.
Where you can't willingly move closer to the source
Yeah.
of your fear. But while you're frightened in this way, you must take the dash action and move away from the creature you're afraid of by the safest available route on each of your turns, unless there's nowhere to move.
Alright. So I just have to move the dash movement.
Correct.
Okay, so it's just 30 feet.
Okay.
That's all he does.
That's all you do. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Alrighty. As you are running, you do see the Corvum that's currently battling with Aurora kind of clock you as you've gone by, and is about to just sort of reach out one arm to try and make an attack as you run by, before you hear, "If he's going, let him go."
Okay, it would have been the safest way possible, so Apoc would have known.
Thematics.
Okay.
Thematics.
Alright. He's not dumb.
I know, and more just thematics. It is now the Corvum who is currently fighting with Aurora.
Alright.
Elle, you are on deck. So this Corvum, as you got your jaws around him, Aurora, he is going to do what he can do, which in this case is going to... he attacked you the first time as well. He is going to kind of just like grab grab you around the sides of your head and is going to try and like squeeze to try and throw you off.
Ooh, okay.
So it's not a punch, but it is an unarmed attack, is what I'm getting at here. That's going to be a 25 to hit.
Oh yeah.
So you are going to take bad damage. You are going to take 6 force damage as you feel the blow on the sides of your skull. And with his second attack...
I'm going to Haunted Rebuke.
Okay.
My reaction.
That is dex.
Yes, please.
Dexterity?
Yes, please.
Oh, I think he fails that. 10.
Okay, 15. Let's see it.
Sorry. Oh, 15 was the save. Got it. I understand.
Oh, 21.
Oh, Jesus.
21 necrotic. Pretty good.
Oh.
Very nice.
I'll take it. Oh, no, wait. No, wait. I read that wrong. That's a 1. So less than that. 12.
Okay.
Damn. These
That's
damn
still-
D10s.
Damn D10s. I was like, wait a second. There's no die that has a 10 on. Oh.
On that hit, you do hear him kind of like yelp almost in pain as the necrotic just
You just
spikes
hear-
into him.
As the
Ew.
necrotic energy leaves me as they hits me.
I don't like it.
Good. Not supposed to.
I think in that case... Okay, yeah, as part of that first attack then, what he's going to do is after grabbing onto the sides of your head, he's going to try and throw you to the ground. So I need a strength saving throw from you.
Okay, but I think there's something that happens.
Oh, okay.
I will do the strength.
Reaction, bonus action.
Well, it's... yeah, because it's on a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
If you take damage, you wisdom saving throw again. Every time.
Oh, is it every time?
It's once on your turn, but this is not my turn, so I can do it again. It's like the whole sneak attack thing.
So wisdom save. Wisdom is 15.
Saves.
Okay.
It's a 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so strength save?
So strength save.
Yeah, no.
Ooh,
2.
little muffin.
As part of that first attack, grabbing you, he kind of yanks you off of his shoulder. There's like a little piece of flesh that you take with you, or feathers that you take with you. As he chucks you to the ground, you are now prone.
Okay.
With his second attack, he is going to attack you with advantage on the ground.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How are you looking?
See?
Okay.
He's hit me 3 times so far, so.
Those are 2 18s plus stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yes.
Yikes.
How,
As he just kind of like almost, I say he would probably kind of like, I think he would just give you a little kick at this point. You really hurt him with that necrotic. And that's going to be 8 force damage.
Okay, that's fine.
As you take one more hit to kind of like the side ribs as you try to roll away, but you are now prone on the ground.
Is that all you got?
There's like a deep rumble in his chest. But Elle, it is your turn. I have forgotten stuff again. That's okay. Elle, it is your turn. Basil, you are... Oh, shoot. Basil, you're on deck.
okay.
Okay. So, Mrs. Q had just attacked the corvum that's in my mouth, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Can I tell how this corvum's doing? Are they moving a lot? Have they taken? I can't remember if they've taken damage previous to this, except for my bite.
So you would know that you got a jump on this corvum, being able to act first. It's Arna. You got a jump on Arna being able to act first. You see she's currently got like one arm pinned as she's trying to push your snout away. All you taste is blood. She's been bitten by a crocodile. Like there's no other way to say that.
All right, so she's not doing great. Perfect.
She's live.
But there is another reptile nearby that I can see.
You do hear the hissing of this kind of charcoal-colored crocodile beside you.
All right. So I see that Mrs. Q is nearby. If it's possible, there's 2 things I want to try doing. I want to, like, essentially spit out Arna, but in the direction of Mrs. Q. Be like, take care of this.
Her roll. Like the death roll, but
like,
not.
whipping her around.
Yeah.
Okay.
It almost looks like you would toss her over your head, just like where you're standing.
Pull.
Do you actually want to toss
her?
Do you want to actually toss her to Mrs. Q or just like let?
No, I want to like spit her out because I do want to attack still, so I want to find a way to get this one out of my mouth and go for the other reptile.
I see. Okay. I mean, you can open your jaws and just spit Arna out where she is. If you want to try and actually throw her so that it covers distance, I think I'm going to ask for probably a strength check.
Can I move with Arna in my mouth?
I believe so. It doesn't say you can't.
Yeah, it doesn't say I can't. So if I can kind of just like waddle over, dragging this bloody bird.
Alligators are very strong.
Yeah.
So.
I think me as a crocodile is stronger. Actually, I looked this up too. I've been using the stats for crocodile because I didn't realize alligator was a whole different thing. So is there? Does it? At this point, I think they're the same.
I think it still fits.
Yeah, it still fits. They're similar, but interestingly, alligator, from what I see, might have a higher armor class. But I'm going to use the stats for crocodiles. It's what I started with.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I'm still an alligator. Anyway, okay, I want to drag this bloody bird just kind of close as I turn around and almost round on this hissing.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to make a bite attack on the other reptile.
Okay.
I'm gonna spit out Arna and try to attack the other one.
Okay, so if you're just gonna spit out Arna kind of like within your melee range, easy enough to do. I'm not gonna say anything about that. So in that case, Arna would no longer be restrained, but if you're gonna go after the Evie dial, go ahead and make an attack roll.
I don't know if Elle can speak, like, well, she's wild shape.
You cannot speak in wild shape. No.
No.
You can mime.
With your little arms.
Yeah, I was like, I have no arms.
Here, let me just delete it, Basil.
I think Elle just spitting out Arna close to Mrs. Q will be kind of her signal. I rolled a 14.
Okay. Which does hit the crocodile, so...
14 plus 4.
Yeah.
So 18.
So you do hit the Evie dial. That's gonna mess me up.
Okay.
Crocodile. Alligator. Oh.
Oops, that's not how you spell that.
So it's... Sorry, did I hit?
Yes, that hits. Sorry if you couldn't hear me.
No, it's okay. 6 plus 2, so 8 piercing damage.
Oof.
And the target is grappled?
And the target is grappled, yeah. Until the grapple
Yeah.
ends, the target is restrained and the
Very
crocodile can't bite another
nice.
target.
Wow.
Nuts roll!
Just two crocodiles in the corner right by you, Mrs. Q. There's two very different dynamics in this room right now.
It's just like scales upon scales just rolling.
Yes.
You're dodging through all of it.
What is actually grappling me? I don't remember.
So grapple just means your speed is 0. So you cannot move. You have no movement.
But what made me not move?
So you saw both Evie and Arna touch the walls. You saw one flash and the rings of the tree on the wall closest to you lashed out and kind of grabbed onto you.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
that's what's grappling you right now. These like living tree rings.
Tree rings.
essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
You can
Cool.
see that wood thing that you tried to do to the door.
Yeah, I don't have
Okay,
any space
Elle, that
left.
is your turn. You are good. So Basil, you are up.
All I can do.
And I'm frightened, correct? So
You are
I
frightened.
have to
You have
dash.
to take the dash action. The rest of your movement and your bonus action are yours, but you cannot move closer to the object of your fear.
Mhm. And I have to move my full movement,
So it would be the dash action,
which is
your movement. So for Basil, if your movement is 30 feet, you have to move at least 30 feet away.
And
You
this,
can move laterally after that.
mhm. And this room is what?
60 feet.
Oh, so
end to
I would
end.
get about like halfway across.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
You could go right into the circles if you want. Don't forget there are those glowing circles that seem to be like hovering just above the carpet.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Just to like paint a picture, I feel like it would be like, so Hulk Basil is now like frightened, scared, shitless against the Zogma character.
This happened in the last battle.
Yeah. He'll probably be like, no, 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 and like just kind of just slowly back up. Oh, oops, wrong. So he'll get to his so just big eyes staring at Zogma, just backing away, like no, 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 and he'll say, "You trap me here. You trap my friends, and you attack us, and now you say you want to talk. Who are you people? What is wrong with you?" But in like a Hulk voice. What's wrong with you? Why you do this?
Love it.
I love that.
Yeah.
You see as you back away, just the like pointed beak, the deep charcoal eyes, that smoke that's currently like wrapping around this figure, and the smirk, that has like not left his face except for the brief moment he was frightened.
Sure.
If that's your turn.
Well, is he gonna respond to anything I just said, or is he just gonna smirk?
Not yet. He's not going to respond yet.
In that case, Sir Basil's just gonna, once he get to his position, he'll probably just try and close his eyes to focus, almost as if he's trying to be like how a little kid would be like the monsters aren't here type thing. So he's just gonna close his eyes, trying to focus, like just holding onto the sword like this big Hulk, and he'll probably just use a bonus action to heal. Other than that, he can't really do anything.
Okay.
But that's my turn.
All right. Next up is Arna. A little confused at being spat out of the mouth of the crocodile who had her dead to rights pretty much. You see her, like, Mrs. Q, you see, like, the comically, like, the circle, the semicircle of the crocodile's teeth where the jaw had grabbed around her body, all these puncture wounds, with blood just pouring out of them. As she kind of, like, I would say she's probably prone, so she's going to use half her movement to get up and stand. And she is going to... seeing that Evie is now in danger in the jaws of this crocodile and realizing how much damage she took herself, she's going to look to you, Mrs. Q, who's currently not an issue. And she's going to look over to where her crocodile form sister is in the jaws, restrained by this this other crocodile, which is getting a lot to say. And you see her take out a very simple looking dagger. 2 simple looking daggers.
This is Arna?
This is Arna.
Cool.
And she is going to attack the alligator. As she kind of looks at both of you and just, we're not after either of you, and takes 2 slashes at you, Elle.
Mrs. Q is like screaming right now. She is very distressed.
Okay, and restrained does not mean that you're incapacitated. So she...
It's gonna be okay, Mrs. Q. It's gonna be okay.
I am like
You got this.
struggling against my wooden bonds that I don't know what to do about.
Okay, so first attack is going to be a 16 to hit. Good God, that was a lot.
Yes.
Second attack is going to be a 15 to hit.
Both hit.
Okay, so the first attack is... So you're going to take 7 piercing damage on the first attack. And
I have a quick question.
Yes.
With hit points.
Yes.
So, I know how many hit points I have as a crocodile. Is that detracted from Elle's hit points?
So from your wild shape first. So the crocodile has 19 hit points. So you're going to subtract 7 from that first. Elle is not going to take damage unless you're in Elle form.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how I do that. I can put on temporary. Okay.
You can put on temporary. That's probably easiest. Or track it pen and paper kind of style.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Okay. Asked and answered. So that was 7 for the first hit.
Yeah.
I need a Constitution saving throw from you, Elle. And you're going to use the Constitution of the alligator.
Fuck!
Crocodile. Because only
It's
your
not as
mental
good as
stats
Elle's.
transfer.
Oh, there's a child upstairs. I guess I shouldn't be yelling swears, but...
It's Matt's kid, it's fine.
9.
9. As the blade sinks into you, you in crocodile form feel almost like a searing, sizzling kind of pain. as you do take another 9 acid damage. On the second hit, you're going to take another 6 piercing damage.
6?
6 piercing damage.
All right.
And
So
as the second hit... Oh. Go ahead.
So as that happens, like, I lose my wild shape.
Okay. So as the second dagger strikes at you, all of a sudden your Elle jaws around the toe of this other crocodile. For comic relief.
Just nom.
Like jerky. As you poof back, you see Arna kind of shocked a little bit, almost stepping onto her back foot. Blood still pouring from the wounds as she just kind of looks at you almost in shock as you're back. And just kind of looks over at Evie, still in her form. Now kind of bearing down on you in this situation. That is her turn. The second hit, the second dagger did not do acid damage, FYI. Just
Okay.
first. But you failed the save. But you dropped your form. Okay, alright. Yep, that's good. Everything crosses out.
Yeah, I had to. I lost all my hit points as a crocodile.
So as Arna looks at you, you see the shock in her eyes for a moment before her face kind of turns rigid like a jaw clench once more. But not as rigid as the start of this fight when you first grappled her in the crocodile's mouth. And she turns to the Evie dial and just kind of says, like, stick to the plan, Evie. And is actually going to dart away from you. With half her movement, because she needed to stand up. So she can only move 15 feet. So she is actually going to dart towards the fireplace. Oops. So you could take a swing at her if you want, Elle, but she is going to move out of your combat range.
Evie or Arna?
Arna.
Okay.
This was the
I'll
end of Arna's
absolutely
turn.
take a swing at her.
Go for it.
I don't have a weapon out, so I guess I'm just like punching.
If you want to punch.
Yeah, unarmed strike.
Okay.
Oh god.
Mrs. Q, your turn is coming up after Evie.
5. I don't think I hit it.
It just goes very wide.
Like when you want to like grab after your sibling as they get away, but you just like reach and then fall flat on your face.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Alright. That is Arna's turn. It is now Evie's turn. Mrs. Q, you're on deck. And Evie,
Young
excuse
bird.
me, hearing the instructions from her sister, what is she going to do? Yeah, I think she would do this instead. Hearing the instructions from her sister, you see almost like a slightly confused crocodile kind of just starts shaking its head before she too kind of poofs back into herself and steps onto her back foot and kind of just looks at the grappled Mrs. Q and the height to height Elle. Two young little birds looking at each other. You see this like scowl on her face, but it's like a little kid scowl. And she is going to move. She's first going to cast a spell towards her sister, who just ran away. And you see some of Arna's wounds start to close. as Evie herself is going to book it to the opposite end of the room. To the corner. I think that was actually 1 square too far. She can make it there. Oops. Okay, Mrs. Q, you are up.
Okay. Mrs. Q, seeing Evie run by.
Remember too that you heard her say,
The name Evie.
or also did she say it?
Yep. Stick to the plan,
But
Evie.
she also said, like, you're not in who we want or something.
Yes.
So
So
Aurora, you're on deck.
as she's sort of running by, Mrs. Q yells, "Wait!" Assuming that she makes it to where she is, though, that's fine.
To Evie?
Mm-hmm.
Order of operations, she did make it to where she was going.
Yeah, that's fine.
But as you say, wait, you can see her kind of like look over her shoulder at you.
I'm not going to hurt you.
She's just kind of scowling, and you see like her feathers kind of puff a little bit as she's just sort of looking, puff, and looking at her sister.
Fair enough.
Looking poof.
Yeah, she's like puffy and looking. Like the puff is coming out of the top of her tunic.
Yeah. What is she gonna say? She's gonna say, "You and my friend here are too young to be caught up in all of this danger. Why are we here? What's the plan?"
Make a persuasion check.
let's go, Mrs. Q.
Well, let's see if I'm persuasive today. Oh, shoot. Where is it?
You can just like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I don't know how to use this.
Georgina.
That's a plus.
Whoop. Oh dear. That's a 4.
Do you have inspiration or anything?
No, I have no inspiration. I have no ability to reroll. Mrs. Q has a very honest face.
You didn't roll very well, did you?
Nah.
Okay. You see Evie, who's in this like puffy, angry face stage, and is just kind of looking from Elle, who's her age, to you, to her sister, who's currently like knocking an arrow into a crossbow by the fireplace, to her brother, who has arrows still sticking out of his shoulder, to her other brother with Aurora's feathers of her other brother in her mouth. And you see her eyes kind of take in each of the scenarios before glaring, and this is for Mom, and then this is for Mom. And she kind of steels herself in the corner.
Okay. Mrs. Q.
What did you do?
What do I do?
Well, we know that from the last session that.
Oh yeah, we missed the monologue. That was in the last session too.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
It's
After
really good.
Sir
It was
Basil,
really good.
like messed up their dad and left. He was humiliated.
Yeah.
Like mother left. Yeah.
You, as a quick, while Mrs. Q is sorting out her turn and Aurora is sorting out the next turn, you were able to gather that after you humiliated Zogma Sr., he left, leaving the family on their own. And this family was working with the same kind of underground crime ring, who found that Zogma Sr. wasn't there and essentially took everything from the family, leaving them out onto the streets, to which the mother and youngest sibling ended up dying from exposure.
Exposure to what?
The elements. You never asked.
Fair.
And that has prompted
All this.
all of this.
Okay. Mrs. Q, what she does is... Would she do this? Sure. Why not? I can't think of anything else. She says, "Don't believe me?"
Just watch. Sorry.
Don't believe it.
You're saying this to Effie?
Yes. And she casts Bless. And she casts it on Evie and on...
Arna?
No, Anna's out of range. It would be on Elle as well. She casts Bless on both of them.
Okay.
Which presumably the recipient would, like, know that they have received it. Because they have to, like, roll differently.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. This
Okay.
is a way of me trying to convince her that I'm telling the truth.
Okay.
By trying to protect
I
her.
think you can bless yourself as well. You get 3 people.
Oh, sweet.
So
Okay.
you can bless
I'll
yourself.
sure I'll bless myself.
Yes, I do.
When a target
That's
makes an attack
interesting.
roll or saving throw before spell ends, the target can roll d4 and add the number to the attack or saving throw.
You see kind of a little, almost like when you get booped on the nose. There's a little bit of confusion on Evie's face, but I'm going to say that's your turn in this case. You don't get more than that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Aurora, Apoc, you're on deck.
Basil, what's going on? Snap yourself out of it.
No.
Now we're back to the other side of the room.
This is your fight. I'm taking your lead. Like, I've seen my dad kill people for less. So if you need me to do anything, just say so. And I'm gonna cast Bardic Inspiration on you, or give you Bardic Inspiration. I'm going to. Am I within 15 feet of what's his face? The one that scared. We don't know his name. The Corvum, not the one that I bit.
You are not. You are not. He's 30 feet away.
Okay, that changes things. So I'm gonna stand myself up.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn around to the one that just knocked me down, and I'm going to. Oh yeah, okay. You see the claws come out? Like they're not like cat claws, but it's just sharper claws that come out, and they're sapphire like my teeth. And you see whatever's colors left in my eyes goes black as I basically puncture into the side. And a wisdom saving throw, please.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I was thinking
very
like,
Wolverine-esque. Oh, that is a
But I'm
failure.
cute. Okay,
But cute.
Oh, there was
Well,
that girl that Wolverine fought in the second one that had the fingernails.
Australia.
X23.
It's 23.
They are cursed. Let me know when it's their turn.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna start writing some of this stuff
I'll
down
keep track of
because
it. Just let me know when. I'll jump in when it's their turn.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta say something cool. There's a verbal component. Lorem ipsum. Got it.
Isn't that the first thing, like when you're trying to take up space in a document?
We're good.
Yeah.
Yep.
All those stolen documents.
That is so funny. It's just the book that she stole, lol. Love it. Okay.
I have a minor in Latin and I never actually get to appreciate or use it. So
So now you can do both.
yes.
I was looking up Latin words to use for this curse,
Oh my
and then I defaulted to lorem ipsum.
That is hilarious.
You have the entirety of biology to go off of.
And then you choose the space filler. Okay.
Do you have Latin open right now?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Futu te ipsum was my other choice. Got her.
What is it? How to?
How to swear. All right, that's my turn.
Okay.
Feels
Okay.
great.
I'll let you know when his turn's coming up, but right now it is the oldest Corvum's turn, the guy in the corner. He's been silent since you ran away, although a lot of this is happening simultaneously in real life in the fight. But as you are moving backwards, trying to shake off this fear, Apoc out of the room, you see this Corvum kind of take one step closer to you, and another step. The shadows kind of almost whipping a bit faster, forming like epaulets on the shoulders before curving back in. This kind of like moving visage, starting to approach you step by step, and you hear his voice coming out in. It starts to kind of shake, but not in fear, more in anger.
Do not eat.
This was fun and games, Basil. We had a bone to pick with you, mate. You're the reason our youngest sister's dead. You're the reason our mother's dead. You're the reason why we got stuck here. We don't care about our father. We don't care about our name, but we care about our family. You want to be considered a hero, mate? You're no hero. Why do you think your book was blank? But I'm going to give you a chance to be a hero. I'm going to give you a chance to set your sister's lives right, considering you leaving was what set them all wrong. You want to hear my offer, mates? Tell your mates to stand down. We don't want them. We want you. He will hold his action.
Damn.
What's he gonna hold?
Interesting.
I think, okay, yeah, so 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. That's where he can get to. He can't get all the way up to Aurora, which is where he wanted to go. He's gonna hold his action, and you see a like mass of that shadow that's writhing around his body, just kind of like group, almost like in an orb. It starts to condense, kind of like a black hole almost in the palm of one of his hands. Apoc, you are up.
Oh boy.
Am I still afraid?
You are still frightened, yes.
All right, what do I have to move?
You have to use your action to dash.
Can I be unfrightened?
Not right now.
Okay, guys, we going? You coming? I'm gonna leave. Somebody stop me.
I'm stuck.
Anybody?
There's a lot going on in this room right now.
I guess I'm going.
Well, here's no.
It's that friend at the party who wants it to be a big deal that they leave and
Exactly.
I'm going now.
Alright, I guess I'm
Classic.
gone. I turned the corner. I guess I just
Would
keep
Mrs.
walking.
Q not say something?
I don't know. There's nothing else I can
You were
do.
stuck.
Being Kurt telling him not
So-
to leave.
Oh,
Is that your
sure.
turn?
Yeah.
Hey, stop walking. Go
As
back.
soon as you're
Go back.
as soon as you're out of eyesight.
Okay, so I just turn the corner? Or am I
Oh, it's
forced to go
raining.
30?
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, my windows are
You are forced to go all 30.
I hope not.
When you hit your 30,
Okay, so I'm back in the door.
you lose the frightened at the end of your turn.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm back in the door. Because I moved 30 away. I'm out of eyesight when I'm back in the door. Because I moved 30 back.
But it's at the end of your turn, so your turn has ended.
So you're
Jesus.
still frightened.
So at the
Okay.
as soon as you break eye contact with the object of your fear, this is the condition of this particular
Yeah, that's fine.
ability. As soon as you break eye line with your the
Yeah.
object of your fear, and you end your turn, the frightened ends.
Okay.
It's all about forcing you to move.
That's fine. I mean, it's just not obvious. So. Then yeah, I move.
So as soon as you're out and around the corner, the quaking just starts to lessen. So you take a bit of a breath, you feel the fear leave your body. But that is your turn, unfortunately. It is
Okay.
the guy's turn. the
Wisdom
cursed guy's
wisdom
turn.
save, please.
Another wisdom save?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. Natural 17.
Okay, you're good. Curse stays.
I
you're good.
understand.
So for reference, if they were to fail, their mind would get filled with the word that I told, and they would be distracted and not be able to do anything on their turn.
Got it. Okay. All of this is happening right next to him, so I think him kind of seeing what's going on with his brother, with Basil, I think he's also going to hold his action in this case. And you kind of hear a very deep, gruff voice kind of come out in front of you, just, "What's the plan, Kai?" Under his breath.
You got a name.
So 2 are holding their action. Elle, Basil, I know it's been a long time. We'll take a break as soon as we can make it through this round, if you can hang on another couple minutes. Elle, you are up. Basil on deck.
Okay. So, Elle's a little thingy, but she's now got confirmation that this kid who she bit, this is someone that she's been looking for. So she is gonna take all her movement and just run toward Evie. I mean, she's gonna see Mrs. Q. And we'll just run past her as she's restrained on the ground. Because she's really focused on this kid.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's gonna take your move and your... Oh wait, it was 40-something feet.
As she's gonna, she's just walking. She's, running towards Evie. It doesn't matter if she makes it there in one round. Just as she's running towards, she's gonna say, "Evie! Are you Evie? Hey, did you get my letter? It's Elle."
It was sent today. You are able to make it within 5 feet of her, so it's her 5 feet of distance and you.
Yeah.
She just kind of...
Love it.
"I don't get letters. No one knows we're here."
"But I sent you a letter today. I've been looking for you."
Her arms kind of crossed. "I don't know you. You're not someone I've met before."
"No, because we haven't met before. But I've been looking for you."
"That's creepy."
"Huh. Sorry I bit you."
"That was mean. Why are you
Yeah.
looking for me? What do you want?"
"Well, I wanted to talk to you, but then we got stuck in this house."
Kai says no one should be looking for us.
"Why? Does he know how special you are?"
Of course he does.
"Yeah, but not in the way where your parents say, 'Oh, you're so special.' Like, you and I are actually special."
I know that. Just don't know why.
"Well, I'm trying to figure out the same thing, because I'm special in the same way that you're special."
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh.
It's like, my mommy told me I was special.
Yeah, but like we're actually special.
Yeah.
Persuasion. Ooh, natural 19.
Nice.
Ooh.
I got nothing to add to it, so.
That's okay. That's good. So what do you know then? Why? What can you do other than bite people?
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to keep apologizing for the biting thing. It's actually a pretty long story, and we should probably sleep maybe. I'm real tired.
I'm gonna say that's probably your 6 seconds, and that's
Yeah, fair
probably
enough.
your turn. So to be continued. But you see Evie kind of like, again, eyes sort of darting to the situation in the room that has changed drastically in the last round. And then hearing what you're saying. Some of it sinking in. Basil,
Still frightened, right?
you are currently still frightened, yes.
And
And it's just the action that you need to move away. That is what has to happen.
Yep.
The rest of your movement and your bonus action is yours.
But the last thing that... Okay, so first off, hearing the name Kai, would that recall anything?
No.
So I know literally no idea about Zogma's children.
Almost like he was trying to keep it a secret from you while you were in the house.
Oh, interesting.
gasp.
Gasp.
Like, are you my brother? Still frightened, like still like almost like trembling on the spot. He'll just say, because the last thing that Kai said was,
Do you want to hear the offer to be a hero, to make your sisters' lives better?
What would Basil do?
well, in the moment he's terrified, right?
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough.
He's terrified and he realizes like all his friends are being attacked. So he'll trembling just say, "What is it that you want? Tell me, please."
I just want to give you the option to make yourself a hero, mate.
How? What?
Well, if you want to be a hero, you want to be remembered, right? But your memory is currently what's causing so much pain for your sisters. Having a brother they could never live up to. Pip having a fiancé that could never meet your image. What if they just forgot about you?
What are you talking about?
What if your memory was just gone from their minds? They'd have nothing to live up to. No one to be compared to. We wouldn't have anyone to be angry at. You'll still be alive. Your friends will still be alive. Everyone will just forget about Basil.
This is interesting.
Oh, there's so much philosophical stuff. My brain hurts just thinking about it.
Seems like a good way to be a hero, eh, mate? Or is it just one in songs and books written about you that matters most?
Oh gosh. This is interesting.
No. Okay. Nope. I'm not in this.
Love it. Love it.
Oh boy, I don't know what to do.
Sorry. It
Oh,
feels.
interesting. So interesting. Oh wow. Oh boy.
How would Sir Basil respond?
I'm dying here right now. Do we have telepathy? Does it exist? Can I speak to you with my brain?
I don't know.
The shinning.
Sir Basil's still terrified hearing this. We'll probably just say something like, what do you say? Okay, I feel like I want to say something along the lines of like, along the lines of something like, I see like, it's not my fault. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I was standing up for my father. I was standing up to a punk who was mistreating humble folk just because they were different from him. I can't be responsible for all of this. You can't be doing this to us. Just almost like breaking down as if like he's terrified out of his mind, doesn't know what to do, and just like you can't do this.
I think just the feathers of Kai somehow get deeper. You see the eyes, his eyes just almost like flash for a moment, this deep like charcoal. Give me a quick perception check since you are face to face with him right now.
I don't think my perception's that good, but we'll see. Okay. That's a 6.
6?
But I am right in front of him. Well, I have. Do I want to use Bardic Inspiration?
D8.
D8.
Then yes.
Oh.
Seems good.
Oh my god.
7?
7. Wow.
You swear you see something glint in his eyes. There's almost a familiarity to it, but it happened too fast. You can't make out exactly what happened. But something, there was something else adding to this intensity as he kind of towers over you. I don't care what your intentions were then, mate. I'm giving you the option for good intentions now. Heroes think about the greater good, don't they? Were you thinking about the greater good when you stood up for your father, noble as it might be?
Yeah.
That was no, try again. That was a bad response.
He's terrified. He's terrified.
Yes, it was the right thing to do. Your father had to be stopped.
I don't deny that. But look what it cost.
How is that my fault? It was not. I did not make your father choose crime. I did not make those men come after your family. I can't be held responsible for this. Why is this happening?
You see him kind of look at the smoke around his hand, coalescing, moving. We needed someone to blame, mate. Don't get me wrong, my father was not a good man. But in our eyes, you killed our mother and our sister. What would you do in my position, eh? Oldest brother to oldest brother.
Okay. Okay. I think that's how I'll play it. Maybe at that point, he'll stop trembling. Not because he's not afraid, but because that really struck a chord. What he just said, and he'll stop. Maybe he's. I would seek justice. He says it very calmly. And he'll just look right into Kai's face. And he'll say, I would do exactly as you're doing. And leave it as that, as just staring in his eyes.
Okay. Let's take a quick break there. jump back in.
Mm-hmm.
We are in, at this particular moment, we've got a couple held actions, but it's almost a pause in initiative while this whole conversation was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I have chocolate and cocoa powder currently all over my teeth now.
Yeah.
Do you have something to drink to like?
I do. But as you and the now identified Kai
Mm-hmm.
are kind of face to face having this conversation, you admitting that you would be doing the exact same thing if you were in his position, you feel the fear kind of leave your body completely as Kai drops his spell. I'm also going to say in this time, Apoc, you are able to, for the sake of ease, you're able to enter the room again and rejoin. So anywhere on the inside threshold of the door, anywhere around here,
I just have to reload.
just come back in and
Yeah.
So you are all able to hear this conversation going on at this point. And you all hear Kai asking Basil what he would do if he was in this position, and Basil confirming he would be doing the same thing. And you see Kai almost straighten up, dropping one hand to his side, the other still having the swirling smoke around it. If you're going to accept my offer, you're going to do it on your own, mate. No spells here. All you got to do is step into one of those circles. I'll step into the other. Anna will step into the other, and we can get this spell done and over with. Your friends can go home. We don't actually want to hurt any of you. Even you. Although we do have a beef with your dad. And you're a curious one too.
Can I shoot him?
If you want to.
In my
Go
mind,
ahead, make an attack.
I didn't say it, but like as soon as the frightened or fear dropped, I was like instantly attack. But
I mean, I don't have a reason to. I mean, the only one I would want to, because what's your situation right now?
I'm just killing it.
Yeah, I would want to shoot that one more.
Everyone's kind of.
I'm making this dress work.
Nah, yeah, they're killing it.
but that Corvum that's by Aurora has held his action as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this
Yeah.
state of like you see like his fists kind of up, ready to
Yeah.
aim at Aurora. You see the smoke swirling around Kai's right arm. You see Arna even knocking having an arrow knocked in her crossbow. Now daggers put away and kind of aimed, almost ready to be aimed in the direction of Basil, Aurora, that kind of cluster. And you see Evie and Elle having almost like a hushed kind of silence in the corner. Mrs. Q still unfortunately grappled.
Yep. Still
there.
Still stuck.
This kid's like, hello!
Your like
Yeah.
leg and your ankle is wrapped and you're like trying to ever so
Doing very
highly
hard.
pull it out.
I'm picturing like when I don't know if you did this in elementary school where you duct taped the kid to the wall.
Yes.
Did you do that at all?
Yeah, it was in our science class. It
It's
was
part
based
of
on
it.
physics.
Oh,
You always do it.
supervised. Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yes, it was consensual. To see how long it would hold you up there.
There's always a contest.
Sure. That's the
You
context.
didn't do that?
No.
No!
No.
Anyways, boy. That's the current situation.
Mrs. Q is like desperately trying to get free because she is so not okay with any of this, and she's trying to find the appropriate time to start screaming her disapproval.
This is an active conversation now. So,
Well, last time he just kept calling me names and telling me to shut up, so I feel like I need to.
Who's up?
Kai.
So Basil's gonna ask, because Kai just said step into the circle, blah blah
step
blah.
in the circle.
Don't do it.
So Basil's gonna ask, you say that everyone will forget me. How? I don't understand.
Sorry. There was a fly
I thought you were going to caress my...
right there.
I thought you were trying to caress my face, but then you were just like...
about to smack you both with 2 hands. You see Kai, there's almost like, it's almost unconscious where he kind of just like touches what you see to be this gold chain around his neck. And he puts his hand back down. Just, we've been working on a spell for quite some time. To just make everyone forget about you and to not be able to form new memories of you either.
Everyone, she yells.
Everyone. Without taking his eyes off of Basil.
Can I cast Detect Thoughts?
Are you trying to do it stealthily?
Yes.
So just make, because there's a somatic component, right?
Mine doesn't require that.
Oh, okay. Sure. Detect thoughts.
Because it's my feet.
I believe
Your
you.
feet
I
do
believe
it?
you.
I have the telepathic feet.
We were just talking about that yesterday.
I have the shinning. Yeah.
Okay, so detect thoughts.
Yeah.
So surface level thoughts. You get, you feel kind of like a, it's gonna work. She promised it will work. It's going to work. We're almost there. We're almost at peace. Is kind of the pervasive thoughts that you get at surface level.
Ooh.
Do you want to dig?
Very interesting.
No.
Okay. It lasts for a minute, right? So if you want to change your mind at any point, let me know.
We could, like, they're audibly talking about the 3 rings in the center of the room, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can all hear this and see the 3 rings. They're like this floating kind of smoke where it almost is like a rain cloud. You can kind of see the same color sort of trickle down to end just above the carpet, but the rings are just kind of floating.
Smoky floating.
Like a smoky floating in very clearly defined rings.
Mrs. Q tries to blow it away with her spells.
You try to blow, to gust, to thaumaturgy, to move them.
Yes.
They don't react to your spells.
Are you moving towards these circles?
No, Sir Basil's still just standing there. I guess he's no longer Hulk. Or maybe he is Hulk.
We'll give it like a couple more rounds, depending on how long. If it lasts a minute, like, I'll let you know when it feels like a minute's been
Okay.
up.
You don't even know. You don't even know what you're saying is going to work. You're going on blind faith.
Sorry.
It's the smoke rings.
It's a bad time. It's a smoke ring.
Okay.
Sorry.
Be
Took a while
human.
to set up the
You're
smart
okay. You
rings.
can be human. Take your time.
Sorry. Okay, we're good. Say that again.
You don't even know it's going to work. You're going on blind faith that whoever taught you this knows what they're doing. And Basil, I don't think it's a good idea to turn yourself over to these people.
You can ask her about faith if you want, mate. This isn't blind faith. This is a deal that was made.
Why did she think he? Sorry, is it a he? It's a he.
He. Kai is he.
Okay. Why does he think that Mrs. Q's the person to ask about it? Is it obvious that she? Is it because she's a hedge and it's just kind of an accepted thing?
Almost like the books that you read earlier was full of information from them watching you.
Oh,
Consistently.
the book that I burnt and didn't read?
Correct.
Ah, okay. Got it. Cool.
Sir Basil's going to say, deal? What deal?
You see Kai, like, look as if he's about to answer. Like, he kind of opens his mouth to answer before. No, mate. That information ain't yours. It's mine.
Detect thoughts.
Are you digging this time? Or
Yes.
just still the
Yeah.
surface thoughts? Okay, go ahead and dig.
Come on.
Wait, I roll.
Yeah, you do.
Sorry, what is it?
I think it's wisdom.
Wisdom?
Most of my stuff's wisdom.
It's gonna be close.
15.
Rolled a 14. But they know you've been in there, right? After you dig? Or is it different for you?
Either way, yeah.
Okay. So as you take a moment to dig into Kai's mind, you sense this overwhelming and underlying grief mixed with anger. You see the face of an older Corvum female, very gentle eyes, kind of graying around the beak, a soft smile, and in robes of a soft, pale pink. You see a very young Corvum, no more than 2 or 3 years old, with very big, bright green eyes. And a little tuft of white, very similar to the tuft of white that Kai has on his own face. You are overwhelmed with this feeling that turns from grief to anger, and suddenly you find yourself digging through Kai's mind. You find yourself at your feet are on the ground, but you're looking up to this impossible structure above you. It's hard to make out, as it's kind of it's too close for you to get the immensity of it or to get the shape of it, but it's floating, and it's almost like it sharpens to a point, aiming right down at you. It looks to be made of some sort of crystal or rock or something opalescent, not unlike the soul speak crystal that you carry on your belt. But this is massive, floating above the trees. And your mind is then overwhelmed with ribbons of emerald, ribbons of gold that just kind of flow behind your eyes and across your consciousness. You see this kind of black charcoal smoke sort of gently winding its way through these emerald rivers. And you see these emerald rivers kind of coalesce and turn into 2 brightly burning eyes. And you feel imbued. You feel a power kind of come into you as your eyes meet their eyes. And as you kind of shake yourself out at the end of your dig through Kai's mind, you see Kai looking right at you.
You are.
Anger starting to fill his face.
I think you're mixing emotion with rational thinking. Take a moment. Take a breath. Basil, the choice is yours. Like I said before, I'm here with you. Whatever you need. This one's not thinking clearly.
You know the right choice, Basil. Clearly you do. You already said you did.
Over in the corner, Elle has been monologuing to Evie pretty much everything she knows about the kids and the ideas in her grandmother's book. So as she's doing that, we'll jump into the conversation where she's saying, and there's this lady in the chicken tenders who knows more about us. So we need to go, you and me. We gotta get my friend Emerus, and we have to find one other one whose name also starts with an E. I never noticed that before. But we have to go and make sure that Humblewood doesn't burn to the ground.
I like to think that both Mrs. Q and Apoc can both hear both conversations going on right now and don't know which one to to pay attention to. But Evie has lost focus with what's going on the other side of the room now, and it's just like, but I'm really good at fire, and the wood is on fire, you said? So how does that work? Like, I don't know if I can, like, I shoot the fire, you know, and I can make it go not as intense, but like I can't make it go out. Is this like a fire with firefighting kind of situation? And he's like totally racked with you now.
I'm not really sure. I don't know what exactly we have to do, but I do know that it's important and that we're some of the only people who can do something about it. And then she's gonna kind of like look around and be like, feels kind of tense in here. Do you know what's going on? To Evie. Like, what's happening?
I don't know. I just know that we were supposed to, like, I was supposed to stay hidden, to be honest, but then you chomped down on Arna, and I got really scared, so I just jumped in. But I was supposed to stay hidden for most of it, so I really don't know. But I do know that this is for Mom, and this is for my sister. So it's, yeah.
I'm sorry for biting your sister.
And me. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, and you. I have siblings too, and I think I'd do the same thing if someone did what I did to my brothers or sisters.
Yeah. I knew I was right.
I didn't say you weren't right.
Well, and she's like just gonna solve her problem that way.
I like to imagine a bird sticking out her tongue at me, but I don't know if that's physically possible.
It is.
Oh yes, very much so.
I have one more question.
Okay.
If you say you're doing this for your mom and your sister, is this what they would really want you to do? I don't know if it's the same, but I know what it's like to lose your mom. But I don't think she'd want me to hurt other people just because I'm sad about it.
Kai says we're not gonna hurt anybody. He knew that this would be a fight, but he says we're not gonna hurt anybody. Everyone's gonna be alive after this. And I trust my brother, because he's my brother. He was here the whole time. He stayed with us, he helped us, he made sure we were safe and that we could eat, and he's right about this.
Well, he does sound like a good brother, but I don't know what's going on here.
I think at this point, Evie's attention is going to flick a little bit more intently towards... She's not going to move away from you, but her attention on your conversation is kind of waned a little bit as you start getting into this a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Q or Apoc, is there anything you want to do in this situation? Or move, or... We're only going to hop back into initiative if we need to, so movement and anything is now up
Are
to
you still in an alligator?
What?
Are you still stuck? Sorry.
Oh, I'm
she's
still
still
stuck.
grappled by the.
Can I
the
go
wood.
like cut her out?
That would be great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go over there and cut her out.
Okay.
This seems ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I have literally not moved
Yeah.
for a really long time.
Yeah.
You haven't really tried.
You haven't-
No, I haven't because there was so much else happening.
and you haven't said anything. You haven't been like a little help over
Well,
here.
there's been other stuff happening. There was
Okay.
2 alligators next to me
You're
for
too,
a bit.
you're too engrossed.
Yeah.
in the conversation.
Yeah, I cut her out.
Does it work? Am I free?
Take like a dagger and just start
After,
cutting it.
yeah, at this point, I'm going to say, like, your minute spells have dropped. Big Basil's done. Maybe
Cool.
have, like, another couple seconds on Detect Thoughts, but that's about it. Easy enough to cut her out, and you can move closer or anything else you want to do. You almost see the last Corvum. I'm just gonna say his name is Kyrian.
We don't care.
He's going to move away from you, Aurora, to stand next to his brother.
No, it's fine.
Just reach out and grab
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Stab.
But Arna has not moved from her perch, although her crossbow has, like, not. She's only holding her crossbow with one arm, is what I'm trying to say now. It's not pointed at at anyone.
Okay.
So what are we trying to accomplish now?
Mrs. Q, now that she is free, walks around the circles to stand by Basil. Am I allowed to do that?
How'd you get out?
The other side of the room's been a whole thing.
Yep.
Okay.
And she looks at Basil and she says, "You're not really going to do this."
Okay, I know what I want to say.
Okay.
But okay.
Um,
Okay, so you say that to Basil. Basil's gonna look at Mrs. Q, and then he's gonna look back at Kai, and we don't know the brother's name yet, right?
Kyrian.
His name's Kyrian.
Okay, Kyrian.
Kyrian.
Kyrian. He's gonna kind of stand up because I feel like all this time he's just been like trembling on his knees, right? So he's gonna stand back up, and he's gonna say, "You're right. I agreed with you that what you're doing is the honorable thing, to stand up for your family, to protect," and he's going to look at every one of his siblings, "to protect your siblings. That is the honorable thing to do. And I would do the exact same in your shoes. But it is not the honorable thing to run away from your problems. To disappear would be the coward's way out. I must face and carry the burden of what I've done to my sisters, my parents, your mother, and your sister. I respect what you've done, but I cannot agree to your terms."
I would like you to make me a general persuasion check.
Persuasion is not good.
Can I cast guidance? I have that. Cast
No.
guidance. Can
Well,
I
that's
do
okay.
that? Was it good?
So,
I will allow you to cast guidance.
what's
I didn't see the
guidance?
number before I yelled guidance. I don't remember.
What's
1d4? D4.
I can add a d4?
Mm-hmm. I keep forgetting I have this cantrip.
That's okay.
So that's a 21.
21. You see. Okay. I think a couple things are going to happen here. I would like you to make me a perception check, please, Apoc.
Nope.
Oof.
That one.
Oh, no. Okay. Okay. So, as you say this, Basil, this cluster of you over here, Apoc, would you have moved closer or would you stay where you were? Just,
Well, Mrs. Q moved.
Mrs. Q
right?
moved away, so that's why.
I've just got to the carpet. I think
Okay.
I would be on the flanking the circles. That's all.
Okay, so you, all of you can. The only person who you can't see is Evie. Elle, you're the only one who can see pretty much everybody-ish here. As you say this, Basil, you all see You see Kyrian. First, you see Arna kind of hop down from her perch. She kind of unknocks her arrow and puts it in her quiver.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of softly, very softly, almost too quiet to hear, but you just hear a Kai, come on, knight. And you see Kyrian just put a hand. This is a hand. Just like
hand.
a talon. Reach out and put like a hand on his brother's forearm. And just... This might be a fight for another day. Kai. We're hurt. We're injured. He's still got blood. Missing a whole chunk of feathers from Aurora's bite. This might be a fight for another day. Kai, come on. We need to rest. We need to regroup. We'll think of something else. As he kind of looks over his shoulder at the lot of you, just kind of staring expectantly at them. And you see Kai, you almost hear a growl in his throat. The smoke around him seems to almost tighten towards his body. Apoc, you don't see anything.
Ugh.
But you...
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I know what this is.
You suddenly have a sense of dread
Yeah.
that creeps into you.
Of course.
This is a good story.
No, it is. It is. It just...
You have a sense of dread that kind of creeps over you, and you cannot understand why. You're kind of looking up into the
No.
corners, almost like a chill.
Yeah, it's a
running
familiar
down your
feeling.
back. It is a familiar feeling.
Yeah.
As you see Kai, his chest just starts to breathe. He pulls away from Kyrian. We have worked too hard at this. Either you agree to our terms, Basil, or you do not leave here, Basil.
She's rolling that one.
Sorry, love.
No, it's okay.
He's not going in that circle.
It's not your decision to make, is it? It's his. He's got a chance to be a hero and he's going to blow it once again.
No! This time, Mrs. Q actually uses her, make her voice louder thing.
Oh,
I can never pronounce that word.
Every week, it's amazing.
It's just, I have had enough of this. Him stepping in that circle is not heroism. And for you, it is not victory. Heroism is seeking justice, yes. It's also knowing when to say sorry. It's also going and seeking forgiveness from the people who need to give it. It is not giving up. It is not stepping back. It is not being forgotten.
Why do you think
She's pretty pissed off at everyone right now.
Okay.
Because she was stuck for a really long time.
You didn't try to get out.
I know, there was too much happening. If you want to be a hero, this is not the way. If you want victory, if you honestly want peace for your family, this is not how you will find it. You will find it by seeking forgiveness and seeking reconciliation. You will find it by being a good role model to the siblings that you have. I'm not saying that what happened to you was good, but hurt people, okay? This is not going to solve anything. And he is not getting in that circle because I, for one, do not want to forget him.
Damn, Mrs. Q.
I get choked up there. Elle, as this is going on, I think Apoc, you might be able to hear this as well. You're the only one close enough. You hear Evie go, "It's starting to happen again. You guys need to leave now. You need to leave now. Whatever you need to do, you need to leave now." She kind of looks at you. And before she sort of looks over you to Arna, who is starting to shift back onto her back foot. You would see Arna start to shift. You recognize this as reaching for another arrow at her belt. I'm going to say, Aurora, you might be the only one to notice this as Mrs. Q is driving home this point and Basil is a little distracted at this point, I'm going to say, with everything going on. You see, ever so slightly, Kirian's grip on Kai's arm intensify. You see the muscles in Kirian's forearms start to flex as he's almost like pushing against Kai, who's pushing against him. You hear the it's not worth it, mate. Come on, turn around. We'll figure this out. We will get back to this. Don't. Looks back at all of you. He kind of stops mid-sentence. You all see the smoke around Kai's chest start to wrap even tighter and even tighter. The epaulets, this sort of almost like it's shaping around something that isn't there. Like it's smoke that's starting to shape around a visage that isn't Kai's, epaulets, a mantle that isn't Kai's. You see it start to trail off of his body, almost creating a robe or a cape kind of flowing down to the floor. And you see it start to expand kind of closer and closer and closer towards your group. As it hits Kirian's feet, you can see him kind of wince, but he keeps his ground, holding on to Kai as Kai's head starts to shake.
Is this normal?
His arms start to shake. His shoulders start to tense. No! We have come too far for this. Do not lose your anger here! As the smokes just starts to compress and squeeze even more, you can almost hear his breath being forced out of his body. You ask, is it almost normal? And you hear Arna go, shit. She turns over towards you. Get out. Everybody out now. All of you out now. If you value life, you will leave. Get out!
Slowly backing up. What is this? What is happening?
Out! Now! It's none of your concern. Get out!
I've felt this before, right? This is familiar.
It's a familiar feeling.
I run over and I tackle him.
You run over and you tackle him?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Be careful, Bardic Inspiration.
Just
Okay.
He's such a moist bore.
So, go ahead and make you're trying to tackle, so this would be a grappling check.
it'll be a grapple, and then would be something else to take him down, I guess.
So,
Strength.
so make a strength check to see if you can grapple him.
You said Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah, if you want.
What is it?
D8.
That's an 8. It's a 20 total.
Ooh.
With a 19.
Bardic Inspiration, baby.
However,
Uh-huh.
as you make contact with the smoke,
Yeah, I'll take it.
give me a... What the hell is this? Give me a... con save.
Con save. Am I good at that? I'm bad at that. 21.
21?
21.
Barely beat it.
What?
Oh,
Demon Hunter, baby.
okay.
Plot armor is thick.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So that... So you take... Oh wait, that's not even...
It's me.
Oh,
Oh no.
I'm glad you saved.
How much damage?
You take...
What is this, man? Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, you take 19 points of damage, necrotic,
Necrotic?
as you make contact with this smoke.
Okay.
And it hits you like like a punch to the gut. Your breath kind of for a second before you get yourself back, and you are able to wrap your arms around Kai. Do you want to throw him onto the ground?
I want to try.
Okay.
You are not taking another soul.
With your second attack, give me another strength check just to see if you can throw him to the ground.
Well, I don't want to throw him away. Like, I want to, like, fall onto him on the ground and hold him down. I don't want to throw him.
Okay.
Yeah, like...
It's still going to be a strength check just to make sure you can get to the ground.
It's only an 8.
It's only an 8?
It's only an 8.
God.
I'm using athletics, I'm assuming.
Yes,
That's
sorry,
fine.
athletics. That's what I meant. Sorry. An 8 is not going to be enough to get him to the ground. However, you do have him
Somebody help.
currently grappled.
Hold him down.
Sir Basil will go over and help.
Yeah, you're huge. Are you still big?
I can go big again. Maybe that's what I do. I'll go Hulk again. And not knowing what's going on will help him grapple this Kai. All while saying, "What is going on, Kai? What are you doing? This is not the way. I'm not here to take away your revenge, but there has to be there is another way to do this. Calm down." Just looking at.
Calm down.
Calm down. Yeah.
I'm just going to say, for the sake of ease on my end, we might just hop back into a joint initiative, like
Sure,
they will go
sure.
and we will go kind of thing.
Yeah. Sure.
So as you start to do this, Basil, I'm just going to jump back in with Arna and Evie's turn. They'll just go really quick. Evie is going to grab you, Elle, and is going to kind of drag you towards the door. And she's just going to say, "You have to leave, okay? We got this. This has happened before. Just get out, get your friends out, because it's easier if there's no one else around, okay? Just get out. Just get out."
Mrs.
If we go, is he going to hurt you or any of your siblings?
No, that's what I mean. If you're here, he'll hurt all of you. If you're gone, we can get this under control. Get out.
Mrs. Q runs to grab Elle's hand and try and get her out of the room. And as she does, looks at Evie and says, "We want to find you again." But like in a nice way. She doesn't say it in a creepy way.
Find you again. Fair.
Elle is not. She's gonna try to grab Evie's hand. So if Mrs. Q wants to grab her, she's gonna have to try to pull her.
Mrs. Q,
Okay.
we'll try and pull her then.
Okay. So, couple things. So, you want to try and grab Evie's hand and pull her with you. You are grabbing Elle's hand to pull Elle with you.
It would seem that way.
So, order of operations here. Elle, you and Evie are going to make contested strength checks to see if you can hang on to Evie's hand as Mrs. Q is trying to already pull you away.
Goodness.
So wait, this would be athletics for you. This would be athletics. Athletics, Elle. Athletics.
Athletics? Okay.
Everyone will
There's no way I can do this in an acrobatic way.
Not with this. This is I'm considering this a grapple, so.
You can contest
Well, fair
grapples
enough.
with dexterity.
Isn't it athletics for the person doing the grappling and acrobatics for the person being grappled?
Yeah, to
Is that wrong? Is
test
that
it. No, that's right.
Yeah. So Elle is trying to
Oh, she's
grapple
grabbing her.
Evie.
Okay.
So that's athletics
Yeah, you're right.
versus acrobatics.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, though.
I thought she was contesting.
She'll contest
Oh,
Mrs. Q
Jesus.
trying to pull her away. That's the thing. That's why it's loose initiative here. So what was yours?
12.
Evie rolled a 6.
Ooh.
So you are able to hold on to Evie as you are being dragged away. Does that mean you will go willingly with Mrs. Q?
Depends. Elle is gonna be saying, like, I don't want to not find you again. This isn't safe for you either. So she wants to more take her with her as well.
Okay. So then, to get them... So you are not willingly going with... You have a hand on Evie. You are able to drag Evie. Does that mean you are going to go willingly with Mrs. Q or no?
Well, if I have a hold on Evie, then yeah, if Mrs. Q comes and grabs me, as long as I'm holding on to Evie.
You are currently holding on to Evie, so you don't have to make a roll then, Mrs. Q. You have Elle's hand. The three of you are currently leaving the room.
Okay.
So just for sake of ease. So 1, 2, 3. So that's the three of you. Arna was up next in the initiative. She is going to swear once more. She's going to toss her crossbow to the side. And she is going to... I think she's going to have to use her action here. She is going to use... excuse me. Her movement and her action to leap onto the table and is actually going to spread her wings and is going to jump and glide down into the fray. Kind of on top of you, Apoc, and is going to just kind of grab the back of you and just be like, Apoc, you have to go. You have to go. He will kill you if you don't go.
How do we stop this?
You don't, we do.
Why can't we?
Because, Apoc, he will kill you. Let us handle this.
Can
Leave!
we hold him down and wait it out?
No, you can't.
Why?
She's gonna try and throw you off.
God damn it.
So, athletics or acrobatics.
Jesus.
She's gonna try and rip you off of Kai. Can she do anything else?
Since I'm helping him hold down Kai, could I use help on him? So he has advantage.
Well, I don't want to go. I don't want you to let go of the thing either. Yeah.
You are about to go. We jumped back into initiative, which is why kind of Arna and Evie were acting before you.
Okay, so I'm not grappling with that.
You're not quite there yet. You're
sure,
you're on your way.
Sure.
What'd you roll?
Dirty 20.
Oh, I love this.
Arna tries to rip you off, and she can't.
Arna, bring him down. Get him on his stomach.
What?
Why not?
We know how to handle this. Just leave, Apoc, please.
But we can get it out.
No, we can't.
Why not?
We have tried. Please leave, Apoc, please.
How are you going to stop this in the future? You're just patching a disease.
I'm not worried about the future. I'm worried about the now.
Did something.
I don't remember.
Please leave. Please. But that's her turn.
I just spell cast or something.
Yeah.
I don't have to spell that anymore.
No.
So next up in the order as a cluster is... So it'll be Aurora, Apoc, and Basil before Kai gets to go.
What do you guys want to do? What do you want to do? I'm almost done my PSL.
And then shit gets real.
I don't want to say my plan out loud because he might try and stop it.
So Basil's just gonna go over and try and hold him down, saying, "Kai, calm down. This is not the way to do things. I'm not taking away your justice, but we can do this differently." And seeing all the commotion is also gonna be like, "Hey, Apoc, what's the plan here?"
Get him on his stomach.
Can we try and
Make a
I love that you're convinced that that's going to fix the problem.
make an athletics check.
Just give him a little burp, it'll come out.
Tummy down, it's important.
watch it be like, that's exactly what we needed to
Every
do.
villain needs a little tummy time.
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to use my inspiration to reroll.
Yeah, that's rubbish. Much better.
So that's 17.
For 17.
Yeah.
So you are able to actually grapple him and get your hands onto Kai. You see him as he's trying to struggle. He can't. Being grappled by you and now Basil. You're actually able to hold on to him. to get him on his stomach, if Apoc is letting you willingly do it, you can use your second attack action to try and flip him over. Because right now he's standing up, right? So you have your hands on him. You're able to hold on to him.
Mm-hmm.
To throw him onto the ground is another story.
Oh, I see.
So I need another athletics check from you.
To get him onto his belly.
To get him onto his belly.
Okay. That's a 21.
You are able to... I'm assuming you're letting this happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm.
We're doing it together.
Yeah, and we're working together. We're trying to get
I'm
him down.
imagining like you're so big, right? Are you big right now? Are
Yes.
You big?
You're
That
big
you're
now?
like picking up both of them.
Yeah.
You have Apoc then, so. And the whole time it's just like, Kai, calm down.
Yeah.
Let us talk about this.
Right, so
I'm not running away.
You are able to... I like that. You are able to grab him, both of you, and throw him onto his stomach. As the shadows in the room are darkening and darkening. Now that Evie is no longer focusing on keeping the flames lit at bare minimum, you see them start to go out. First, the fireplace burns to nothing more than like a single ember. The torch on the carpet that had started to catch starts to go out once more, and the room is starting to get dark. Shadows are starting to lengthen. It totally encompasses you. You ran into the smoke, though.
Because it's all around him, right?
It's all around
Yeah,
it. I
yeah.
need a Constitution save.
Okay.
Can I borrow 2d8s from you?
You didn't need those before.
Yeah, I know, but this is way easier to do instead of rerolling stuff.
That's
a
15.
They did.
Yes. That's what you get for
That's a
4.
15. That is a failure.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Although it's a garble roll. You take 17 necrotic damage.
Okay.
It's almost as much as my save.
I know. I rolled 5 ones.
Nice.
Wow.
Can't roll be beggars.
Wait, is that a 1 or a 7? That's 1. As you rush in to the smoke, being hit with this before actually being able to get Kai onto his stomach. Don't know what you guys are going to do with this, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
What's Kieran doing?
Um,
What does he look like he's gonna do?
what does he look like he's gonna do? He was going to... He had a hand on Kai's arm. After these two grappled him, he lost his grip on Kai's arm, but it looks like he was going to... He's taking steps in towards Basil and Apoc.
Okay,
while
so
trying
I'm
to push
gonna
him off.
I'm gonna try and block to let them do what they're doing.
You're trying to block Kieran?
So I'm trying to help you guys by taking Kieran out. And violently, if I have to, I'm going to pull back my Form of Dread, Ghost Sparkly Sapphire, and just bite into him to push him back.
You're just going to bite into Kieran?
That's all I know.
Okay.
That's all I know in this form.
Make an attack roll.
It's 26.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Yes, that hits.
So 4, 7, 12, 14 necrotic.
Oh my god.
And then I get the cold damage, which is another 4 cold damage.
4 cold damage and 12 necrotic? What was it?
That was a
14.
14.
14 necrotic thing. Thank you.
Jeez.
Okay. As it looks like he was going in to try and shove these two off of his brother, you come in flying once again to bite.
Like through the mist, I'm gonna jump over them and
Yeah.
like a feral dog onto this bird.
Okay. You jump over. Kieran is in the smoke. It's like a 15-foot radius around him right now. Okay, Kieran's in the smoke. You're jumping onto him, but you're not like flying squirrel onto him right now since you attacked instead. So you are going to actually touch the smoke.
Cool.
So he took the damage and he's just like, "We're trying to save you now. Get out of here!" Make a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck.
Such a mess.
This is such a
Oh shit! I have hip health that I gotta get back. Okay. Cool. Yep.
Okay. It's really cool.
I'm so sorry, guys.
So as it says that, I do want to say, if it's you or your brother responsible for trapping us in this house and killing my brother that it took me years to get back, I don't care to go down with you guys. As I take the smoke damage.
You say that and take 41 necrotic damage.
Nice.
Why you gotta do this once I've left the room? I can't help you.
Why'd you leave the room?
You guys are
I had the
right on
kids.
the. You're right on the threshold. You can hear
Okay.
this
Oh,
chaos.
And then you hear a thud and then a roll.
in the smoke.
always your character, Eric.
So
Just
Aurora is now
I'm just trying to protect the boys.
here. How about I get some smoke going on here?
Damn.
So. Okay,
And that wasn't considered an attack, right? That was like a. Jeez. What are we gonna do?
Spirits are with me.
Okay, it's like, because where's Kai? Yeah, it's somewhere like that. We're just gonna roll with that.
Like,
That's
it was
the
a flashlight.
general.
I was close. I had like just shy of 40.
Yeah.
Just shy of 40.
Yeah.
Sorry, Eric. I mean, your death save now. It's fine. Okay. We should probably hop back into the real initiative orders so that I don't lose myself here. Well, okay. So Kieran would be next up. As you say this to his face, this threat to his face, and then drop. Which I love. The pumpkin spice latte just goes.
Oh, and it like
Yeah.
drips out like blood.
Yeah, like blood. There is a look of shock on his face, and that's the last thing you see. But the rest of you, well, I don't know if anybody sees it.
Well, how thick is the smoke?
It's the see-through mist.
Okay.
But you hear Kieran swear at the top of his lungs before literally grabbing Aurora's leg and like flinging her out of the smoke. He's basically just trying to move you out of the smoke. That's just for flavor, but he's able to kind of push your limp body outside of the smoke that's slowly expanding from Kai, who's at the bottom of a dog pile currently.
Oh boy.
I'm going to say that's part of his movement because you are unconscious, you're not fighting him. So for his 2 attacks, he is going to go and grab... He's going to grab you, Apoc, the smaller of the 2.
Stop!
What is your plan? We are trying to... Get out of here, please!
I'm trying to hold him down.
It's not going to work.
Then can we kill him?
No!
Can
Whatever
we-
you think you can do here, you can't.
Let's kill the thing inside of him.
We can't. We've tried. Get out.
Yeah, last time we killed a guy. Well, not killed. Knocked him unconscious and then it came out.
We know. We were watching. We
Yeah.
saw.
Yes, you know it can work.
This is not the same thing.
Then what is it?
Not that.
Well, then hurry. We only have 6
Get
seconds.
out!
You're
No!
unconscious right now?
Hardcore.
Hardcore. Okay. Not just a little bit.
They're both the same. 18.
He's gonna beat you.
What?
Whoa.
Oh dear.
Yeah, he's gonna beat you. He's got 24.
Boys, we might need to listen.
He is going to grab you by your armor at the back, and he's going to lift you and throw you out of the smoke. He's going to kind of put his body in between yours and his. Get out! Get out! He's going to turn to look at you, Big Basil. Leave with your friends. Now! We will get the other one to you. Get out! Next time when we meet, we will finish this. But for right now, we're trying to save our brother. If you understand that, you will leave.
Okay. Is it my turn to do something?
It is Kai's turn.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I thought I go before him.
Did I say you go before him? Yes, you do. Sorry, go ahead. Then it will be Kai's turn, and then I'm keeping an eye on the time here, guys. I'm sorry.
Damn. Where did I get tossed?
So he would have thrown you just outside. So you're like right in between these two circles. He would have stepped in between the two of you.
Oh, it's okay.
Are we doing this?
I don't know. Sir Basil is gonna like look at what's his name again? Kyrian. He's gonna say, I think we need to go.
We have to save Aurora.
I'm on it.
But she's on the other side of the room.
No problem.
No problem.
I'm still here. I
You
haven't
think?
left yet.
I mean, it's 30 feet to get there, right?
I don't need
To A-Town?
To get to
get-
A-Town?
To get to Aurora?
To get to A-Town.
It's okay. I can.
Well, you're halfway in
For
the room,
you,
so
it's 15 feet.
yeah, 30 feet would get you to the actual end of the room.
If you want to enter the smoke to
Yeah.
get to Aurora, it is 15 feet in a straight line.
God damn it.
Elle is screaming no.
I can
Also,
cut
throughout
them.
all of this, just as a heads up, you hear this like kind of guttural scream coming from the bottom of the dog pile, essentially where Kai is.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like him at all.
Oh, how many people are on top of him right now?
Big Basil is still holding
Okay.
him down.
Yeah, alright, I'm just gonna run for Aurora. Grab her and start
You're gonna go around the smoke.
heading back. Yeah, around the smoke. I don't know how far I can get backwards,
Let's
but...
just say you get there.
Okay.
If you use your action movement, if that's your intent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say you get there.
God damn it.
Okay. It's Kai's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Being stuck under you and not able to fully comprehend what's going on here.
But he's not facing me technically right now. Like he's
No.
facing
He's
Belly-
currently
belly down.
face down
the floor. Yeah.
on the floor. That doesn't mean he can't, look up and see who's behind him.
I wanted to put the ring of weight on his back.
Oh!
That would have been good actually.
That would have been really good.
That would have been so cool.
That spot where you can't reach
Yeah, like right
Yeah.
in between the
the shoulder
yeah.
blade.
This spot you can't reach.
Yeah.
Joke's on you. We got some yoga over here.
Yeah, he's a bird.
He's a bird.
Fair enough. Birds don't do yoga.
Birds don't do you.
I think he would do this. What else? No, he's not super focused right now. You hear this hiss kind of come out of Kai. And Basil, it doesn't sound like him. You've been chatting with him for a while.
Yeah.
The accent that he has is gone. There is this voice that's just filled with anger
Yep.
as he speaks out towards you. You're not leaving. You're not leaving. You're not leaving. That just sort of gets louder and louder and louder. I think this is what would happen.
Okay.
You suddenly he's hiding. You feel the hands that you had on Kai, you feel them suddenly are grabbing onto nothing. As the smoke around all of you just sort of vanishes.
Okay.
Plan would not have worked.
Nope.
And you hear a crack of thunder that almost sounds like it went off right beside your ears. It's splitting. Your ears are ringing for a second as you try and get yourself adjusted to this huge crack of thunder. I need, well, it's just you and the rest of his siblings who aren't affected by this. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That's a 1.
That's a 1.
Wow. That was I should have kept my inspiration.
I need my warlock dice.
Oh my goodness.
We're all gonna die.
Okay. You take 16 thunder damage.
16?
That's
1
not bad.
6.
Okay. Okay. All right.
As wait, no, that's a lie because it was cast at a higher level. 18 thunder damage.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
How close are you, Basil? I'm scared now.
So that should be
I'm still standing.
Yeah.
Let's just
Could be
do
worse.
that.
As this explosion happens, you see the other Zogmas kind of wince, but nowhere near the point at which you know this sound went off. The smoke around you disappears, and Kai vanishes.
Mm-hmm.
And he reappears right behind you with the smoke still centered around you. This vicious look in his eyes. The smoke that encompassed his body is almost making him unrecognizable. It's sort of like dancing up one side of his face, and then obscuring one half of his face, one eye covered. Make me a quick perception check, because you're the only one face to face with him.
Pretty sure my perception. Yeah. Okay. A 2.
Oh.
All my good rolls were at the beginning.
Oh, come on.
All right, that's what you see.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, so we are going to move back to the group that is running out. You see this chaos just happening. Elle, Mrs. Q, Evie, good God, trying to run out of the door. What do you guys do? We're doing this on a group by group basis now.
So, Apoc, you have Aurora and you're heading towards us, right?
Yeah, she's like fireman Carrie. She's in the back.
Okay.
Fireman Carrie? Fireman Carrie?
Yeah, like over the shoulder kind of thing.
Fireman Carrie?
Yeah. So I was stretching.
It's like you're holding her legs and she's just flopping behind you.
The firemen in this world do things differently.
Okay.
Okay. I guess Mrs. Q is going to continue dragging them out and asks Evie as she does, how far away do we need to get? As she sort of tries to bustle them through the door so that she can be behind them in case something happens, between them and
I understand.
the stuff.
You ask Evie how far away do we need to get?
Mm-hmm.
Evie's trying to wrestle with Elle right now to get her hand free. She's like, I don't know. Just get out of my line. I don't know. He doesn't act like this when it's just us. It's you guys. You guys are causing this. Get out. Let go of me.
Okay, well, Mrs. Q is going to at least get them down the stairs and out of eyesight. Or start pushing them down the stairs, and as she leaves, she's gonna...
Sorry.
Pushing kids downstairs.
She's gonna turn around and cast Healing Word on Basil on her way out, because it's looking like she can't get. She's prioritizing getting the kids out of the way, but recognizing that means she has to leave a few people in the room that are her people. So she's gonna. Well, actually, would she? Well, Aurora's handled because she's coming this way.
And Elle will also do something as well, but Mrs. Q, before she's taken out the door, Elle's gonna try something as well.
Okay. Mrs. Q casts Healing Word at 3rd level on Basil, which is 3d4 plus 2.
Okay. So as that roll
Which you may
goes,
roll.
Elle, what are you trying to do?
3d4?
Is Elle able to cast a spell while still holding on to Evie?
Plus 2?
If there is a somatic component, so needing to move your hand, or a material component, there is. You've only got one hand to do this, essentially, and Evie is actively trying to break out.
Does it matter if it's a cantrip and I've done it 100 times before?
You still only got one hand to do this. That's the thing. And she's actively trying to squirm and break out. I'm going to say you'd have to use your action to try and maintain your grip on Evie if you want to.
Well, Elle would have just seen the Corvums not be impacted by this, right? Would she have a sense that they're not as in danger as we are?
You were running towards the door. I don't know if Elle would have seen what just happened.
Okay.
The only people who would have seen it. Aurora's unconscious. Basil would have seen it. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I try to protect the boys. It is what it is.
The manly Apoc.
It's good.
But Elle would have
Spent more
heard
time
Evie
finding
say,
picture for you.
he's
than
not
I did
usually
the
like
rest of the
this.
video.
It's us that's causing this.
Yeah.
For like half an hour. Like 30
Okay.
seconds to animate the whole thing.
Oh god.
Elle's just gonna look at Evie and say, when my letter gets to you, write back to me and we're going to go on an adventure, okay? And she's gonna let go of Evie
Okay.
so that she can cast a thorn whip at Basil and try to pull him towards the door and out of Kai's area.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll. See if you can hit Basil.
All right, Basil.
All PvP.
What does this mean? I rolled a 10, but because it's a spell, I have to add something, don't I?
Yes. So you just want to add
So-
your spell attack.
Yeah, so 15.
Does that hit you, Basil?
It does.
It does. You successfully hit Basil,
Woo!
and that pulls him towards you.
10 feet
Okay.
towards me. You do take 1d6 damage, but
Just ends them.
So Basil, you are forced 10 feet towards Elle.
Okay.
you do take 2 damage though.
Would that
So
technically
I hope
would I
you
still
have
technically
more
be
than
in?
that.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
You said 4 damage?
2.
Oh, 2. Okay.
So you would be pulled to right about here.
Okay.
Okay.
So technically still in the shadow, sort of?
You're just outside of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say you're probably just outside of it. The majority of you is just outside of it. The picture is still inside.
Cool.
Okay, so that is that group's turn. As you let go of Evie, she is going to actually run straight. She's gonna kind of give you just like a sort of nod, Elle, and is going to run straight towards Kai, past you, Basil, and is just going to wrap her arms around his waist. As Mrs. Q and Elle start to make their way out of the room and down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong.
Nope,
You're still kind of like in the threshold-ish.
Yeah, I think Mrs. Q would probably like push Elle past her and try and get because Apoc and Aurora are on their way, try and make sure everyone gets out.
Okay. So, Aurora, Apoc, Arna, Kyrian, Basil. That whole crew. It'd be starting with Arna, since she's the one who went first. She... Okay. Arna. Yeah, she would do this. So seeing the current situation with you holding on to... Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to think. I'm like, no, she would be the one to do this because she knows her brother's got this. She would look at the current situation between the two of you with Aurora being fireman carried. And she would just
Stick and tricep kills.
You kind of deserve this, but I'm trying to help you.
Excuse me?
As she reaches out towards you, and she'll use her last spell slot.
Yes.
You feel your step kind of slow a bit as I need a con save from you. Is that your tummy?
No, that was Eric.
Oh, I need a con save from you, darling.
He drops limp, but the body goes flying.
12.
12? I think that's actually... Okay, no, that's a fail. So you take 7 necrotic damage, but Aurora, you get to roll a hit dice.
Yay!
No.
7.
Okay, so you feel yourself take some damage, and for a second you're confused before you start to feel Aurora wake up on your shoulder. And
Did I get curled?
Arna just kind of looking angrily in your direction. Leave. As she is going to turn her back to you. And is going to run past Kyrian and try and put herself between Basil and her brother. Okay, Aurora, Apoc, Basil.
We can all do
In
it at the same
order
time,
or what?
Just loose initiative. Whoever wants to go first. I think it was Aurora, Apoc, Basil last
Can you
time,
walk?
so.
Yeah, I think I can.
I had to flip her over and put her legs back down.
Whoa! As I land on my feet, what? Oh, what happened? Oh, okay.
Everyone out!
Doesn't matter. Let's go.
I start running and dashing.
Okay.
I see that my dagger is with Kyrian.
Your dagger's still on the ground.
Oh, I picked it up and gave it to you when we were in that moment before we got back into initiative.
Oh, did we? Okay. So I have my dagger.
Sure.
Okay.
I moved it on the thing and I'm like,
Yeah,
here you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I will allow that.
Because I was standing over it when we took the break. And I was like,
Yeah.
here you
Okay.
go.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. In that case, I think we probably just all book it. But Sir Basil will probably say, and obviously there's all this commotion, but he'll just yell out. When he say anything, how do I want to word it? Say something along the lines of kind of I know this isn't over. When you, the next time we meet, we will finish this. On my honor and yours.
Asking to be.
No, I mean. Okay, wait. And the last thing I'll say is looking at Arna, because I assume Evie's just wrapped around Kai. It would just say, "I am sorry," and just turn and run towards the door.
Okay. Apoc?
How do we get out the front door?
Elle's thinking the same thing. How the heck do we get out of here?
I'm asking Arna
How
that.
much time has passed? Has Claudius returned?
You are not currently focused on Claudius in this moment. Are you all leaving the room?
It depends on Arna's answer.
You're asking Arna?
Yeah. How do we get out the front door? There's no exit.
She's not super focused on you right now.
Can we get out the fireplace?
What about Kyrian?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think Kyrian.
This is just a general
just a
question.
I think Kyrian is the one who answers as he's turning his back to you to try and leap in towards Kai as well. And he just kind of shouts over like, "Just leave! You will be able to leave! Get out of this room!"
Front door, fireplace.
I've already run.
You're
you're gone already?
You're the last one in this room.
Alright.
I think
Apoc, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's try the door.
I run. I didn't know Aurora took off yet.
Once everyone gets out, Mrs. Q closes the door behind her.
You hear the sounds of struggle even though the doors are closed. And as you are running down the hallway with the bedrooms to your right, as you are running down the stairs past the paintings that you have ripped out.
I love the L's just peace.
Yeah,
Just
go
you
on.
see her moving.
And make your way back to the kind of open to below area at the top of the grand staircase in the main entrance to this home. With every door, with every open door that you pass, which actually is none. Cool. I would say, yeah, okay, you wouldn't notice this. As you run and start leaping down the main staircase towards the front door, it still looks like a. It still looks like a solid pane of wood. But as you start to bound down the stairs, the closer you get, you see it appear almost more and more and more translucent. The closer you get to it. It doesn't appear to be solid by the time you actually hit the front door, and you can actually see the front door behind. It's almost like you're looking through a foggy pane of glass, if that makes sense. And you are able to see the
handles.
Thank you. It's getting late. You are able to see the handles of the front door that you previously walked through. It doesn't appear to be totally blocked anymore the closer you get to it.
Mrs. Q uses her
No, I was scared.
ability to see. If it's open, it's just gonna open.
I was gonna say Sir Basil's just gonna like Hulk smash through it like the Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah, like shape.
Just like
Oh, okay.
Just
Sir
smash
Basil.
Yeah, Basil shape.
straight through the door just to bust it open.
And then every single one of us has to do the same thing. 'Cause
Yes,
it's
the
too
same
small.
shape to get through.
No, I'm still Hulk Basil.
Okay.
That was well, so.
The door was open, but
Oh, okay.
Now it's even more.
now it's even more open as you go crashing through, and easy enough to do in this case. As you stumble, it is very early morning here. It's around the 3-4 a.m. as you start to see just a hint of sunlight start to creep through, like dawn on the horizon. As you all kind of take a moment and stumble out, looking behind you, the door swinging closed behind you after you bursting through it, to a very quiet-looking, decrepit facade. The same one you walked through when you first got here. No change to the outside of the house. The flower box is still overgrown. The wrought iron fence still closed after you walked in, and catch your breath. We are going to end the session there, but you all level up.
Oh,
Nice.
Ooh.